Good day, folks. We are at Washington Dulles International Airport with the CJ4 biz jet, and those people needs to be taken urgently to New York City to watch the World Cup final. So we have to bring them there as soon as possible. They have chosen an executive private jet for this purpose. So let's jump in the cockpit. Alright, this is the beautiful recreated Collins Proline 21 system. Is beautifully created by Working Titles, and it's fully working. Let's get it started. Battery on, avionics on, navigation lights on, pause init, GNSS position, no flight plan. So we will be loading from Debrief the route. Okay, done. Execute. So the flight plan is in Dulles to New York Teterboro. Teterboro is the main executive terminal in New York City. We'll be departing from runway 30 here at Dulles, and we'll be landing at Teterboro at runway 19er. So we can go to the arrival, index arrival, and select the Arnav Yankee runway 19er, this one, and via Strad execute. So the flight plan is complete. Then we go to perf init. We have 10 people on board, and the baggage, the cargo is, we have the cargo limited by maximum 0 fuel weight reached, and we can allow a maximum of 213 kilograms of baggage with a limitation. So we will input 213 kilograms, and the flight plan, the cruise flight level is 310. Execute, takeoff page. We have a temperature, outside temperature 31 Celsius, and 291 inches of mercury, which is 1013 hectopascal more or less. So it's okay, the wind is calm, so everything is fine. We can send the reference speeds to the system. Anti-ice off, okay, not needed. Takeoff flaps 15 checked. Next and last page, we acknowledge those numbers. So we are ready to go with starting engine number 1. Beacon lights, logo light, safety, seat belts on. We missed this standby display, emergency lights armed. Great. All the people inside the cabin, so 8 people and 2 piloting crew. The co-pilot isn't visible because I've disabled him. Okay. So we have a good start. Let's start number 2. Set takeoff flaps 15. Taxi lights on. Here we have the transponder. Set. And we can set it to TARA. Great. Parking brakes off, and we can start taxiing to runway 30 here at Dulles International Airport. In the meantime, we will be setting up the MCP, so the initial altitude. Okay, let's take position. Initial altitude is going to be 10,000 feet. Okay, and then the how is it called? Here we can set the takeoff mode armed. You see takeoff for both vertical and horizontal modes. Then we will be selecting the flight change and the lateral navigation mode. It is only for reference. It sets the flight director to 10 degrees pitch up, so we can maintain the pitch until the next selection of the vertical mode. So you see 10 degrees pitch up for takeoff. Entering runway 30. Clear right, clear left. Flaps 15 set. Let's align the heading bug. And power set to takeoff. Oh, sorry. The pitot static heat comes on. No other warning on the panel. The annunciator is okay, so power set, takeoff, power set. Speed is alive. Rotating at 95 knots. Whoa. Rotating, gear up. Maintaining 10 degrees, pitch up. (1,000) climb, detent, and autopilot on. Great. Flight change set. Speed is 189er, box up. Box up to 230. For after 200 flaps retraction. Now flaps up. And the box up speed to 250 for climbing. Sorry, this one. And heading right turn to our first point, which is Radza. Then we will engage the lateral navigation mode. So heading mode on. bit late with the right turn. But everything is happening so fast in this plane. It climbs like a rocket, you see. Let's give a direct to Rapsa. Execute navigation, vertical navigation, advisory vertical navigation.
Altitude
10,000 to go. 310 final level. We will be climbing steadily at 250 knots indicated. Then we will switch to Mach as soon as the altitude will exceed about 26,000 feet. From terrain we can switch to weather. $10,000 check. London like has never been on. Sorry for that. There's the reflection. I cannot see the elite buttons. We can safely set the Thunderboro. Okay, Thunderboro 29902, and we are already very high. Why is it blinking? Because I have to push. Okay. No, it was blinking because I'm not yet at 180. I'll let him blinking until 180. He is always right. Climb thrust, detents. Beautiful, beautiful Collins Proline 21. Let's tweak the range here. 100 miles. Let's go a direct to Swan. Execute. Very cloudy and foggy. Everything okay, guys? Think so. They all are very silent. You can talk, you can speak, my friends. Great. The logo lights comes off. Seat belts can be off. Flight level 200. Let's take a look at the approach plates here in the Navigraph charts. Heavy stuttering while it's loading. So Teterboro charts approach plate for runway 19er is this, and we will be getting to strut, which is the initial approach fix. This is a minimum altitude to 2,800 feet, then slightly down to 2,100 until intercepting the LPV final glide slope with a course of 195 degrees from tugs down to the runway, and we have a minimum of sorry, this is the ILS. I don't want this. I want the RNAV Yankee. It basically is very similar to the ILS. This is the ILS-like glide slope. The precision of this approach is enhanced by the VAS, by the ground equipment, which enhances the onboard instrumentation to give a perfect glide slope like an ILS. So you can see the minimum is the same, it's pretty much the same as the ILS. So 241 feet, which we can set at the minimum. Okay, 25. We can switch to Mach here, Mach 61. We can go Mach 64 as per our VNAV default preferences. Right, and the minima is flatland, departure arrival index, where is it? No, flatland. Approach here. So we need the weather at Teterboro. (160) at 9, gusting at 18. 160 at 9. Oops. The temperature is 22 Celsius. And light thunderstorm rain 1011 hectopascal. 1011 hectopascal. These are the VRFs. Sand in progress. Anti-ice not needed. Next. And the minima, I think that the minima are here. Reference menu here. The speeds, the minimums. Very difficult in VR. Baro is this, was 241.
Altitude
1000 to go. 241. 240. Select and okay. Great. So altitude cap, we are in the middle of the clouds. But we also have passed our top descent point, I believe, so it's not good. But we have plenty of time to recover. Yes, I believe so. So, altitude down, vertical speed. Minus 2,000 feet per minute. Here is the magenta star, which is the indication of descent profile. We need to slow down a bit and to increase our vertical speed. Let's go down to 2,700 feet per minute. 3,000 feet per minute. Minimum 240 power set. Let's wait for the glide path capture if we are able to, of course. In fact, path below AC, no problem. We have plenty of road ahead of us. And also accelerate a bit. And as a first guess, which is our first restriction is 13,000 feet. So 13,000 feet would be our first altitude step. We have to be at J key, so no need to hurry. Great, everything happens very fast, as you can see. But people are still very relaxed, and that's good for me. Only the pilot is stressed. Seatbelts on, just in case. But as long as they are not complaining, I'm good. I'm happy. We are not able to recover our glide path. 3,000 feet per minute. Let's slow down a bit because we are approaching shaky. We are at 20 miles, still a bit high. Go down a bit more, faster. 3,600 feet per minute. I believe the final cruise flight level was a bit too high for the distance. but it's been computed by Debrief, so I trust Debrief calculations. I also kept a very low climb speed, a low speed to have the best climb, best possible climb, but I was not able to reach the top of climb and the top of descent in time. Okay, let's change here to 902. It is 2988 inches. Okay, the vertical part has been captured. 2988 sets. Perfect. And the sky is not very good in front of us, and a lightning strike, very good. Let's say we are in the middle of a thunderstorm. This was not the forecast. I was not expected. My resource usage exceeds the GPU memory. This is because the complexity of the clouds in front of us.
Altitude.
1000 to go. Next, Jakey Eileen. It's still at 13,000. So we will stay leveled at 13,000 feet. It is scaring. It is scaring. My gosh. Check flight line altitude. The next one is going to be 1,000.
Altitude.
Here's the next top descent. In the clouds. And raining. Very good. Why this is the terrain. Why the weather radar doesn't work? This is strange. Maybe there's something to ice protection. Not wings, but engine only. It's okay. You always have to take to pay attention to the throttle because of the barber pole with the red line. You're doing a lot of things and maybe you miss the to control, to regulate the throttle. Okay, a bit of light. Okay, the top of descent, next top of descent is approaching. You see the magenta cursor, the magenta star. Which will guide us down to the next restriction. Here it is. Vertical speed. Vertical path captured. And we can set the next restrictions is 7,000. We can set 7,000. He will take care of the intermediate restrictions. We are approaching 10,000, so landing light comes on, taxi lights on, seat belts already on, post lights. There is a severe pixelation in clouds, but they promise, I think that in the next Sim Update 6 that pixelation will be fixed, hopefully. You see there. Check speed 10,000. Oh, sorry. Idling and 250. My fault. This is the price you have to pay for not having the auto throttle. Well, there's a very nasty weather all around here. But luckily, here's a thunder lightning strike. But no turbulence at the moment. So Sierra Bravo Juliet is our last fix before our approach. So we will stay leveled at 7,000 feet until SPJ. It's not easy at all to fly this plane, but it's very rewarding in my opinion. Doing a lot of things, cross-checking a lot of instruments. Here's a little bit of turbulence and wind shear also. Lightning strike. Okay, now we can give a direct to strad. Execute. And we have got next top descent point. Engine anti-ice is on. We can keep it on. Yes, there's wind shear. See the speed bug going up and down sometimes. Yes, there's some turbulence associated with all these convection clouds. I've never had time to shot an external picture, an external view. I don't trust going outside. Sorry for that. You will see the internal cockpit during all the flights. Let's try now. Just. There is some morphing in the clouds. It's not very good anyway. And pixelation. Raining, and we are approaching the top of the descent. Not so close. Still 25 miles. Still no warning or complaints. Everybody's relaxed. Good, very good. I've set my graphical settings not at ultra preset, but it's more close to the high preset, because this plane is pretty much complex systems wise, and because of all the clouds, and I cannot keep the same settings, graphical settings, as for the GA planes or helicopters. So it's, if I remember well, the T load is 150, object load is 100, and textures on high, and clouds on high. Can we make a direct to Scooby or Nippy? Let's try. Shorten a bit. Okay, top of the descent is coming. Next altitude is going to be 2100. I can raise the vertical speed now. (1,000 feet net initial). Then the VNAV will take care of the correct rate. We have to arm the glide path past Unreal. Or better, no, past ducks. Past ducks we have to arm, and we have to be at 1,500 feet here. So 2,100, 1,500, and here arm the approach. Okay, VNAV has been captured. Very, very nice IFR flight. It was unexpected, but better like this. Taxi lights on, landing lights already on. In case of missed approach, what we'll be doing, then climb to 500 and climb right turn direct budge. Cross budget 1,500 and climb to 3,000 on track 275 degrees to XM and hold. So the missed approach altitude is 3,000. Here. Right turn to XM.
Altitude.
base turn. The next step is 1500. $36,000 is capped, is a vertical altitude restriction. Here, in fact, you see here this leg. Got past Nipi. No, we are already out of the vertical speed. Down.
Altitude.
$195. Lightning. We are approaching 1500, so we can set this to at this point we can arm the approach to get the glide path captured. There's an annoying message. Maybe it's loading something. Let's slow down a bit. Flaps 15. Glide path captured. Gear down. Missed approach altitude set 3000. There's a little bit of stuttering, maybe the scenery, maybe. Flaps 35. What's doing? What's doing? There is something.
Minimums.
Minimums. Autopilot. Disengage. And the runway is not inside. Here there's a runway. Toga.
Altitude.
Looks like now it's better, but visibility is still now it's stable. Missed approach altitude. LPV term. This time it's stable. Up drafts, down drafts. Here's the runway.
Autopilot. Minimums.
Continue. A bit unstable, but okay. I didn't think it was so tough to land at Teterboro today. but we are safe, and the people are still not complaining. Great. Can park here in the middle of the apron, just to get the people wet. Wait, parking brake. It's very stuttering because of the weather, because of the scenery. Very poor performance. Actually, I tried this flight with the good weather, good visibility, and it was not so. Tanking was so demanding. Hope it was useful to learn how to operate this aircraft. It was tough for me, especially the missed approach, the altitude, and the fact the plane was very unstable and got me unprepared to the next steps. Anyway, I was able not to crash the plane, managed to recover the flight and to try again the approach, but the visibility was very, very poor, and I don't know if I did well. I would have to divert to the alternate maybe with this visibility. Anyway, that's it, my friends. Hope you enjoyed this crazy flight, and see you to the next video. Bye bye.